Hey, my lovely, Serene Dream here with another Filming in General Energy reading. And if you're new to my channel, how this reading works is it can resonate with you whenever you find it. It is timeless. It can resonate with you for the day, the week, the month, or even the year. But it is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. So only take what resonates, leave what does not, reverse the messages if that's how it fits your situation. If you want to check out your monthly zodiac readings or your general forecast for the rest of the year, your love forecast for the rest of the year, you can go ahead and check out the Vimeo links below to view those. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, the link to that information can be found below as well. And follow me on Instagram at Serene Dream Things for daily guidance. And let's go ahead and get into your messages at this time. Okay, I'm hearing like two hearts beating. I feel like there's a connecting, like two hearts are connected here. And I almost feel like these two hearts are being held together by the divine's hand. It's like an unbreakable bond. Like the divine put these two hearts together, and the divine is keeping these two hearts together. So this could be a relationship here. Like this could be two people who are drawn to each other and they have no idea why. And if that is the case, I get the fact that the divine is not only like, the divine not only drew you two together, they're not only keeping you two together, but I feel like now is the time for things to manifest between the two of you. So if things have been going very slow, you could already know this person, in the sense that you may not know them intimately, but it could be someone who you're like around, who you just feel this inexplicable draw to. They just feel like you're supposed to know them, or you know them from somewhere, and you just can't stop thinking about them. It almost feels, in a way, it feels obsessive for you both, um, but you just don't understand why. And I feel like that could have been going on for a while, but you're about to find out exactly what's going on, because the divine is making it where this is about to manifest into a real connection where the two of you can, again, like not only at joining hearts, but you're going to have like a conversation. So you're about to have a really in-depth conversation with this person, because I feel like the time is now for that to happen, for this to come together. And I feel like once this conversation happens, it solidifies things between you, and it's like you're together from that moment on. It doesn't matter. I get like if there were any issues in the past, or even if on one or both ends there may have been like relationships, connections with other people that were kind of lingering, I don't feel like it was anything serious though. I feel like if one or both of you were like connected to other people, it was very like light. It was very much just people who you were dating, but it never turned, it's not anything serious. It's just people you're seeing, getting to know. Or it could even be like exes, but these are people like exes that you were still sort of seeing, but the relationship is over, it's dead, it's done, but you just continue to hang out, continue to sleep together, things like that. Like it could be connections of like, again, connections like that. It's either like connections that are long gone, like long dead, but they're just still lingering, or these are like people who aren't very serious about. But regardless, once you two come together, it's like all these connections are gonna be gone. Like they're not gonna matter anymore. And I feel like it's not even gonna be much of a, it's like I'm getting like that saying that I hate, like what's understood doesn't need to be explained. So, but I get like that applies here. It's like once you two come together, it's like it's this understanding between the both of you, and everybody else is gonna get the hint too that okay, like whatever we had was done, or like this is not turning it into anything, or we're not going to get back together in the case of an ex. It's like everything is going to become clear to everybody involved, and it's going to be just about the two of you. It's not going to be hard. That's what I'm getting. You're not going to have hard conversations with each other, with other people to straighten everything out. It's like once you have that, and I feel like the conversation you're going to have is not going to be like a conversation where you're just like, okay, what do you feel? And what, it's not that. It's just like a really free flowing, like one day you just kind of maybe sit down and talk for the longest amount of time you ever talked, or like one day you're just on the phone and like one person decides to call, out the blue, and from that, and you just have like this really in-depth conversation. It just free flows and you talk about a variety of things, but by the ending of that conversation it's just kind of really clear to the both of you that you're not going anywhere, that it's like you're together, that this is a thing between you, and that you're not going to be entertaining anybody else. And I feel like the other people, you're not going to have to like explain to them like, hey, this isn't going anywhere, it's not working out. I feel like they're just going to get the hint, because you're going to stop calling, you're going to stop reaching out, you're going to stop responding. And after so many times of getting their messages, or I get like, I hate to say this, but I get like you're just gonna ghost them. But I don't feel like it's a bad thing. Like, usually ghosting is unhealthy, but I feel like whatever you had going on with these people were just so, it was so unserious, or so long dead, if it's like a past relationship that you were still kind of entertaining, that it really doesn't matter. It's like you don't owe them any kind of explanation, because you either didn't know them very well, and it never really went anywhere, or like you had the conversation, you already ended the relationship already been gone, like it's been dead, but you just still been kind of talking to them or something like that, but it's done. So it's like you had that closure if it's an ex, and if it's a new person, it's like it really wasn't nothing. So like, not responding, it's not gonna hurt anything. It's not. They may feel a little way when you don't respond or whatever, or ghost them. Or for some of you, you might have a little conversation, but it might be something beyond, like, if they hit you up and they invite you somewhere, like, hey, I want, can I come over? Or, they ask you to hang out with them. Like, they might invite you somewhere, or they might try to invite themselves over to your place, or into your space, and you might just pick up the phone and just say, I don't think that's a good idea. And it's like this person reads between the lines that you're not interested anymore. So, and I feel like a lot of them might even pick up in the way you say it that it's because it's somebody else. So they're not going to bother you anymore. So that could be like the most you do. If you don't do like a full on ghosting, it's like they invite you somewhere, make some kind of offer, and you're just like, no, I don't think so. It's not, I don't think I want to do that. I don't think it's a good idea for you to come over. I'm not going to come over. I'm sorry. It's like, I don't want to hang out. It's like, it's just something, just a really simple sentence, and then it's all over with. So from that point, you all are together, and you're going to start to work this relationship out. Like, try to figure out like really why you're being drawn together. Like, it's romantic, but it feels like you have some sort of like deeper purpose together. And I feel like that's what you're going to be trying to get to the root of. Like, okay, we're together, we have these strong feelings for each other, but like, what is it we're supposed to be doing here? And I feel like you're going to start to get these messages, figuring out what that is, what your purpose is together. And I feel like as you start to get these messages, I'm hearing these impressions. So it could be like visions you get. And I feel like if it is, it's like when one gets it, the other gets it too. It's like you could be getting like visions at the same time. You could be getting messages at the same time. It's like you share one brain, one heart, it just feels like you're very I'm getting like a very conjoined energy, like conjoined twins. Like you share some sort of organ, like you're connected in some kind of deep way. So When one gets something, the other gets it too. When one hears something, the other one hears it too. When something happens to one, it happens to the other. And so as you're getting these impressions or whatever, it's like you're going to start to the relationship is going to start to take off very fast. So what you find maybe taking the average person a year to accomplish in a relationship between two people, you're going to be accomplishing in a few months. This relationship is going to move at a very fast pace that may be a little bothersome to some other people that may be around watching, witnessing, and be like, they're moving too fast. And then, like, the two of you might even be like a little afraid, like how fast and how I get like how comfortable you are with each other so fast. Because I really feel like after that first conversation, there's like no worries. Like you're the most comfortable with each other than you've ever been with anybody after that one full long conversation. And it just keeps moving on from there. So it's like by the second date, it feels like you all have been dating for a few months at least, you know, and then in a few months into the relationship, it feels like you've been dating for at least a year, you know, because you just have that level of comfort. And it is because you're so much alike. You have so much, you're so connected, you're so much of one. I'm getting. I might even title this reading "We Are One" because I that's what I'm getting with these energies, and I feel like God has made it so. Like I said, God he joined your two hearts together, and He's been holding it together, and He arranged for you all to come together and be together in this particular time. Just give me one moment, guys. Let me tune in here. Yeah, you're gonna marry this person. Even if I'm getting like, even if you don't believe in marriage, you're gonna marry them. Because there could be some people listening, like, I don't believe in marriage, or, you know, marriage is just a piece of paper. But I feel like God is going to direct you to marry each other. It's almost like it's a part of like the divine plan that He has for you all. So you're going to end up getting married. And I'm getting November. So November could be a very significant month. That could even be the month that you all decide to just up and get married. But you're going to be getting married. It may be a very small, I feel like it'll be a very small, intimate, but very beautiful ceremony. Yeah. I'm hearing ceremonious. So I feel like something about the wedding is going to be very spiritual. It's going to be, I feel like it's the actual ceremony is going to incorporate something that is very divine, like it's some kind of divine ritual, or I don't know, maybe you all are going to say some specific vows, like not the traditional vows, but maybe something in your vows incorporate, like gives the presence of like God being in this relationship and present on this day, joining you together. Something like that. Just get this very big presence of like God being in the room and it being felt by everyone there on that day of your wedding. And I'm getting like these two people, you all are very you all are very two very important pieces in God's plan that is to come very soon. It's like you're two of His strongest soldiers, and and that's why the two of you need to be together, because I feel like there's not another person who can match you, and there's not another person who can match your person. Only the two of you fit together and can match each other. I feel like everyone else falls short, but you all are perfect. You're each other's perfect complement. And I feel like together you're like a very, I don't want to say a weapon, but I kind of feel that way. I feel like God put you two together, and together you're like a very powerful weapon for God. Yeah, you all are going to do something very important for God in the name of God in this world. And I feel like it needed to start with this union, with the two of you coming together and actually getting married. Like you, the marriage, the ceremony, the marriage, actually like being considered married by the law of the land, that needed to happen for some divine reason. And once that happens, it just feels like everything shifts. Not only in your lives, not only because I feel like you all are good, like you all are comfortable, you're very cemented in each other's lives, like from the very start of you coming together. But I feel like the marriage itself between you is going to elevate something. It's like you move to like a different stratosphere. And as I say, you all become like a very powerful weapon. Like together, you all become a very powerful weapon for God. I'm hearing movement. So you all could be a part of some very important movement that's about to come in the world. And you all could actually be the leaders of it. I'm not getting a cult. Like, I'm not getting anything that anybody could consider to be a cult. It may not even be like an official movement that has a name, but it's going to be something that is, again, going back to that saying, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. So people are going to like be able to feel and see your presence and see and understand what you're doing in the world, but you're not going to have like, they're not going to have a name for it. It's like whatever you're doing is just going to be felt. It's going to be seen, it's going to be felt, and it's going to be effective. And again, you're doing this in the name of God. You're doing this for God. God has assigned you to do this and to do it together. Because I feel like you could be you were always designed to be the most effective together. It's almost like a yin yang energy. Yin is light and yang is the dark. But the energies together, the energies work together. It's like you can't, like they can survive on their own, but it's like they do so much more together. And I get that that's really what the two of you are. The two of you really are like yin and yang. Your energies really are that. You were really meant to be connected. Like you came into this world meant to be connected and connected for the sake of God's this important journey or mission for God. And you're now about to fulfill that, and that's why you needed to like actually become one, not only spiritually but physically, as far as how you can become one physically, which is through marriage and the law of the land. So yeah, it's like God needed that to be solidified first, and now the rest can begin. Okay, so that's about all I have for you all for this filming and general energy reading. I hope this reading was helpful to you. Again, if you have not checked out your monthly zodiac readings or your general forecast for the rest of the year, or your love forecast for the rest of the year, you can go ahead and check out the Vimeo links below to view those. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, link to that information below as well. Follow me on Instagram at Serene Dream Things for daily guidance, and I'll be back with more readings, lovelies. Bye.